Today we're going to do the lesson of monograms and trademarks, and the reason why we're doing this over again, and we've done it for a few years now, is because we're going to be getting sketch pads this year, and these sketchbooks will have 50 sheets of paper in them, and all of your drawings will be pretty much in them. And so in preparation for that, the very cover of the sketchbook will have your monogram on it. So we're going to practice monograms today, and I would like to have you draw and create your own based on your name. So first thing I want you to do is write your name, your full name. So let's see if I can get a pencil that works. So my first name is Michael. My middle name is E, if you don't want to put your actual name, but my Ernest, after my grandfather. And then my last name is Vermette. Then the easiest thing to do is to circle the first initial of each one of your 3 names, and some of you may have 4 names. And then what you're going to be designing are these letters, which for me is M-E-V. Now you have different designs that I've given you in your worksheet. So your monograms and trademark worksheet. So today's instruction is you're going to try out the ideas on these pages, and you're going to mix together initials of your name to make a good design. Now, the design can be for your own personal monogram, or you can pretend that the initials belong to a large corporation like GE, IBM, or even ITT. So let's start with a design. And what I usually do is I start very lightly, like this, so that you can hardly see it. And then I draw from that point on. So I have I'm going to have something like this. And then I'm going to have one come around. That's going to go around like that, come through here. Do the same kind of thing. This time I'm going to have this one go on the inside. So there's my M. And then the E will be similar. It'll come out here like that. And I'm pretending that this is like metal. You have an eraser so that you can actually erase the lines in between and try to figure out what you want to be on top and what you want to be underneath. So I'll do this. And then this one will go like that. And then this one will go like that. And then the V. So this is kind of like an idea of metal, wire, being turned into letters. So that would be my first design. My second design would be to try to put these letters M-E-V on top of each other. So, and see what that would look like. So I'm going to put M right in the middle, and this time it's just going to be a block letter. So again, I'm going to start very lightly with the pencil. Don't bear down too hard. And then I'm going to create a very long E. Thought that would be cool. and then I'm going to create over here a V. Okay, so we're going to take a look at how that's going to look. And now we're going to make block letters. So I'm going to come in and block letter this so that the M is very blocked out and bold. So block lettering, there are all types of letter styles. Block lettering is probably the easiest. There are literally thousands of different letter fonts out there. And then for my E, I'm going to go right through this. A little later there. Well, I'm going to bring it down to here. There is no right or wrong way to make this, except if I can't read it. If you can't read, your name is actually so hidden in the design that you can't read it, then you have a problem. So you can see the M here, you can see the V here, you can see the E here. So M, E, V. So E is the underlining, and that's my design. And I thought I would put a middle line just like I've seen in the assignment. That's a good idea. And I could probably color these lines, especially in the middle of each one of my letters, a different color. Just like that. Okay, and the final one I'd kind of like to do is something that would be separated, just to see what that would look like. So I'm going to try an M, and this time it's going to be at an angle. So I'm going to try an M. It's not much at an angle, is it? Yeah, there it is. M. And then E. And then V. And what I thought I would do is somehow connect these. So let's try to connect these. I'm going to go and make a stylized, more stylized letter. Come right across here for the E and the V. Just to see what that would look like. And erase this so I can allow the eye to go in and out of that. So maybe I want to do that. And again, I like that line in the middle. So M, E, and V. Like that. So these are all different monograms, all that can be used to initial personal belongings of mine, and I can imagine that they could be a famous company someday. You can imagine just about anything in art. That's the great thing about art. So what I want you to do for your first part of your lesson is actually to try out at least 3 of these, and then on the back, when you're done with these, I want you to choose one that you really, really like. And on the back of your paper, you're going to draw a big one. So as you choose the best monogram design that you would like, and I like this one the best, you're going to draw it very, very, very large on a piece of paper, the same size. In fact, you can draw it on the back. The only reason why I'm not doing it is because of this light table. And color the letters in or fill them in with black ink. So let's start again, just trying to get an idea of how large we're going to make this. I'm going to do the first letter, and this is what designers do. They do the first letter approximately in 1/3 of the page, and then the last letter here, and then they'll fit the little one or the middle one in the center. Okay, and you can make adjustments. Maybe you want to move that over a little more, but you can make adjustments. But you cannot make adjustments if you draw too large, because it's very hard to erase. So make sure that you're able to erase. Now the next thing we're going to do is continue to draw. So I'm going to take this piece here. This is going to go like this, and it's going to go straight down and kind of come up and curl like it were a piece of wire. So I like this whole nail idea of bent wire. And I'm going to go like that and have this come down. And I want you to be as creative as possible. Don't just do the assignment. Make the assignment represent who you are as maybe a tribal member, or some of the likes and dislikes, or whatever it is that you want to portray yourself is a good idea for this lesson. And I'm going to keep drawing up here. And as you can see, I kind of went right over the other one so that I can go in between here and erase and have that go behind that. So far, that's what I've done for that. Now the next one is going to be like this. And it's going to kind of go straight down. And it's going to hook into to create the top of the E. Now you can copy this one, or you can create your own, of course. It's kind of a fat one, isn't it? And then the last one, the bottom of the E, will go like that. I'll bring that out a little more. I'm going to bring that out a little more too. And so this is on top, that's going to be on bottom. So there's the E, and then I'll do the V. I'm going to try to curl it a little more. And it's a little thin there, so I'll erase that. Bring this all the way out to here. And pretty much I'm done. And after you're completely done, you can now ink this up. So I'm using a Sharpie marker. If you have one at home, that's great. You can make alterations. See how dark that is. Now the pencil is the guide. Doesn't mean you can't change things. It just means that when you do change things, they're permanent. Just like it says, ultrafine permanent marker. So let your pencil be your guide to outline the whole thing. And if you like what you see with the drawing, you're just basically tracing at this point, which takes 1/3 of the time than to draw this by hand, freehand. So your sketch pad is going to be 11 by 14 inches, and the paper that you're drawing on that I gave you is 9 by 12. So it'll be a little bigger than this, and your monogram is going to look really nice if you get it at least this large. If you get it really small, that's not the assignment. The assignment is to make it large. So I want you to make it as large as you can to fit the paper. And as a review, we started with the first initial, and we secondly did the third initial, and then the middle one. Just try to fit all three initials. Now if you have 4, you're going to have to do the first one, the fourth one, and then the 2 in the middle at about the same time. So it's harder to do 4. I'm not even paying attention here, so I messed up, but artwork's not perfect. So it's harder to do 4, but you can do it. If you mess up like I just did, just keep going. Don't worry about it. Art's not perfect, furniture is. Otherwise we'd fall on the floor, right? All right, then we're gonna go and finish the bottom of his E. So you don't want to be distracted like I was teaching, and I wasn't really focused on what I was drawing. So you want to be really focused. Find a place where you can be quiet and draw and concentrate, because especially tracing, when you get into a permanent marker like this, it's not going to change a lot. I think I can fix this when I actually color, and it'll look okay. There's always a way you can fix art, but you don't want to have so many mistakes that it feels like everything you do you're fixing. So there are some ways to minimize accidents that happen. Okay, and that's my drawing for today. That's the lesson. If you can come up with a design for your name for your sketch pad, I'll be very happy, and we'll be able to start the year. All of your drawings will be in your sketch pad. You're going to get about 30 to 50 sheets of paper, and I think it's more like 50 than 30, and it'll be really exciting to be able to keep them all together like a portfolio. Till next time, I'll see you later.